Another question. I have been told by a student to do this question, and the question is from a topic called similarity and enlargement. And of course, it also borrows knowledge from a topic called transformations or matrices and then transformations that will always be able to focus on an enlargement, rotation, reflection, a shear, a stretch, and of course a translation. So you have been told that there's an object here whose coordinates are given as 3, 1. And on top of that, I've been told that the image of this object after an enlargement is A prime and the coordinates are 3, 7. I'm further told that there's another object which is B and its coordinates are given as 1, 2. And the corresponding image of B prime under the same enlargement is given as 7, 5. So you're told to get the center of enlargement and of course the enlargement scale factor. So what do we do here? The first thing that you're supposed to do is, if told to get the enlargement scale factor, then it is just the same as telling you to get how many times has that object been enlarged. You see? So an enlargement scale factor can be a particular value, a constant, that represents how many times a particular object has been enlarged to get the image. So for me to get the enlargement scale factor, I'm supposed to first get the magnitude of line AB. Then I also get the magnitude of line A prime, B prime. Always get the magnitude of the object, get the magnitude of the image. Once you've done that, just say image of an object. It gives you how many times has that object been enlarged to give us the image. So then I'll have now A prime, B prime over AB. That gives me what you call the enlargement scale factor. So A prime, B prime over AB. So the image over the object can give us now what you call the enlargement scale factor. So let's come here. We are going to first get the magnitude of the object. So how? Let's take this to be x1, y1. Let this be our x2, y2. Okay. So you just come here and say the square root of, okay, x2 minus x1 squared plus the square root of y2 minus y1 squared. You'll do the same thing here. You'll treat this to be your x1, y1, then x2, y2. We'll proceed. So we shall have again the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus the square root of y2 minus y1 squared. The same thing. So let's start from here. x2, that is 1, minus x1, 3. So you know we are supposed to get the square root. This is squared. Then plus y2, that is 2, minus y1, that is 1. This is also squared. And on this other hand, we have the square root of as well. Our x2 is 7 minus x1, 3. This is squared. Plus y2 is 5 minus y1 is 7. This is also squared. So this translates into the square root of 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. Plus 2 minus 1, that is 1. 1 squared, that is just 1. So that is root 5. Okay. Leave it like that. So then you can come here and then have square root of 7 minus 3, that is 4. 4 squared, that is 16. 5 minus 7, that is negative 2. Negative 2 squared, that is 4. So that gives us root 20. So for us to get the enlargement scale factor, we say image over object. So we shall have root 20 over root 4. Root 5, sorry. And the answer is 2. So if you take root 20 over root 5 in the calculator, you should be able to get 2 as your enlargement scale factor. So our enlargement scale factor is 2. So we are supposed to get the center of enlargement. So scale factor of enlargement. is 2. Now, how do you get the center of enlargement? You'll come here and have one object then one image point. One object point then one image point. So you'll have, for example, the object is A and the image is A prime. And the object A has coordinates 3, 1. Okay, so this can be x1, y1 as well. And the image has coordinates 3, 7. Okay, this can be x2, y2. And we have to take our center of enlargement as AB, because you need to get the center of enlargement. You need to get the center of enlargement. So you'll come here and say 3, okay, minus A, then 1 minus B. Okay, then someone else can come here and say 3 minus A as well. Or yeah, it's just simple. It is x1 minus, let me write that before I can even be able to plug in this value so that you can be able to get a clear picture. It is x1 minus A, comma, y1 minus B. Correct? Then you can come here and then say x2 minus A, then comma, y2 minus B. So then if I plug in those values, you can be able to get a clear picture of what I'm trying to do. And if these have to be equal to each other, then there must be a scale factor. So that means the difference between the object points at the center of enlargement times 2 should be equal to the difference between the points of the image less the center of enlargement. So we shall say 2 into, now x1 is 3 minus A, comma, y1 is 1 minus B. Okay, this must be equal to x2, that is 3 minus A, comma, then y2, that is 7 minus B. That looks very nice. We'll proceed. Let's take this and this and this. So we shall have 2 into 3 minus A. Let's leave alone B. Should be equal to 3 minus A. So this is 6 minus 2A is equals to 3 minus A. We want to get A. We shall take 2A on this side and take 3 on this side. So we shall have 6 minus 3 is equals to minus A plus 2A. So that means 3 is equals to A. So our A is 3. That is the first coordinate or the first point of the center of enlargement. So we want to get the corresponding value of B as the center of enlargement. So we shall come back and then use B. So we shall say again 2, the scale factor, then into 1 minus B. That must be equal to 7 minus B. So 2 times 1, that is 2, minus 2 times B, that is 2B. That must be equal to 7 minus B. So it will be 2, then I'll take 7 on this other side. So 2 minus 7 is equals to minus B plus 2B. So 2 minus 7, that is minus 5. So is equals to B, because minus B plus 2B is just B. So the coordinates of the center of enlargement will be A, B. Our A is 3 and our B is negative 5. So that becomes the final answer for that question in terms of the center of enlargement.